Hello everyone, Dave the editor from the future here. So before this video starts up, you're going to hear a bit of a difference in the audio quality because after I recorded everything, I went and done something that I don't normally do, but it is me, but sometimes I do. So instead of rendering the audio, because I record my audio individually, I went ahead and deleted it. So yeah, this episode, I'm sorry, but you'll be hearing the audio from my phone. Sorry about that. Won't happen again, hopefully. Bye bye.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It is Dave the Tabletop Wanderer, and we are back with some more Tiny Frontiers with Sci-Fi Solo Rpg GME, Kade and D.O.G. And last episode we were with Kade and D.O.G, and what happened was, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. They found themselves on Lunoveth, the planet, and they were hired to find something, and they found this sort of crystal shard fragment sort of thing. And when Kade picked that up, everything just went like crazy, haywire sort of stuff. So the whole compound was offline, but as soon as he picked that up, everything started to go online, and they managed to escape, but not without D.O.G taking a bit of damage. So continuing on, they were here on Lunoveth, and now the two of them, they're in, so Kade is in the ship, is talking to D.O.G, because D.O.G is sentient, okay? So they're basically partners. They have been partners for quite some time now, and they're just orbiting Lunoveth now, trying to figure out where they're going to go, if this is actually what they were sent there for, because they didn't get much information from their so-called employer. And so they're talking, and Kade's got the crystal in his hand, and he's looking at it, and he just says, "Is this what we came for, D.O.G? Like, I know we didn't have much info, but like, a crystal? What's all this about?" And if you remember last time, what they got was, we rolled up and we rolled a fragment and horizon. So that's something that will probably come into play. Well, probably will come into play for sure. And D.O.G says to him, "Look, I don't know. Let me analyze that. Go throw that into the spectral analyzer." Okay, I like sci-fi, but you know, these sort of technical sort of thing, we'll just go with the flow. Okay, he's going to throw it into the spectral analyzer. And so Kade walks up, and he's got that one in part of the ship, and he's got this machine there, and he throws it in there. It's a spectral analyzer, and he's looking at it, and he can see these lasers going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, analyzing the crystal. Now let me see if D.O.G has anything actually that can help us out with that. Let's see. That intelligence has given the personality, allows the starship to use two mental traits if a non-player character, One of these traits may allow it to act as if in a crew position. Oh, okay. So we can go and get two mental traits from here. Let's see, trait list probably. But we'll just say that, okay, since D.O.G is sentient, he is an AI, we'll just say that yes, he does have he has quite a bit of a database in him, and we'll say that he probably does have quite a bit of info, and he can try and get some information. So let's see, we'll roll 2d6 to see if we get a success out of this, to see if D.O.G actually does find out something about this fragment slash horizon. Yes, it does. He gets a bit of information, not much of it. So what he does get is, let's say, he gets, let's do this. So he does get a bit of information. Can we roll on this? Let's see if we can get something here. Random events. Don't really want random events, do we? We got a secret discovery system. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's roll. Instead of doing what we just did, we'll backtrack that. Let's roll on the clue dice outcomes. Let's see if he does get a clue. 1. A random secret discovery. Okay, so we go here now. Let's roll on with a D12. Where's my D12? Is this it? No. Yep. So we rolled 1, random secret discovery table, random secret discovery table. Is this it? Find a clue, major clue. Okay. Random secret discovery table. It's probably this one. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do that one. Let's see. We get a 4, ancient relic unearthed. So this crystal is actually an ancient relic. Of course it is, it's crystal. So D.O.G turns to Kade and says, Kade, I have analyzed the fragment, and what I have found is that it emits a sort of, does it emit some power sort of? Yes, it does. It emits a sort of power, a power pulse. It's pulsating some sort of power. And from what I can tell, this crystal, so let's go. Kade, I have analyzed the crystal. It's emitting some sort of pulse, a power, if you will. And from what I can gather from my database, from everything that I know, it is actually quite old. And Kade turns to me, okay, how old is it though? Like, we need some info. We're just not going to run around with this in our hands. And Kade starts blinking and blurping, like he can, Kade, not Kade, D.O.G, and Kade is looking at this monitor above the spectral analyzer, and he can see all this process going on, numbers and letters and stuff like that, and he comes out, and let's say that it is, what, let's say 35,000 years old. So Kade, from what I can tell, it is at least 35,000 years old. And Kade goes, what? Are you telling me that this has been in that compound for that long? And D.O.G turns to him and says, no. This has been dug up from somewhere. And from what I have analyzed, it comes from the planet. We do have a mining planet, don't we? We do. But let's roll on our planets. We've got 6 planets. And we are going to say that it is not on Orion Prime. Okay, so in one of the other 5. So if we do roll a 1, we'll just re-roll. 4, and 4 is Lunoveth. Huh. Comes from Lunoveth. Oh, yes, I got it. So, if we go here, what we rolled up for our planets, Lunoveth is a fallen hegemon. And that means that back in the day, Lunoveth was really, really important. It was the capital planet of the sector, probably of the whole galaxy. And maybe, just maybe, these crystals were actually the prime resource of Lunoveth. And then something happened on Lunoveth that would make that governmental body or whatever it was on Lunoveth to fall. Who knows? Probably a rise against the government, a coup sort of thing. We don't know yet. But yes, so the crystal is completely tied into Lunoveth. So, Kade, the crystal, its origin is from Lunoveth, the planet we just lifted up from. Kade turns to him and says, "But Dog, like, what's it for though?" "Okay, that I do not know. I have no information of that in my database." And Kade turns to Dog and says, "Okay, Dog, I'll tell you what. Let's head back to Orion Prime and let's see if we can contact our boss. Maybe he has some answers for us." Okay, so Kade walks back to the cockpit and Dog just fires up his thrusters and they're on their way. And I'm going to say, because they're not in that much of a hurry, they're not going to go through here. They're going to go first. They're going to stop off at Zephyros. Okay? And we'll just say during the whole journey there, the whole 8 hours, because like I said in the last one, the last episode, if we go through here, that's 9 hours. Every 2 or 3 hours or so, I will roll up a random event. But on their way through here, because there is nothing basically bad that can happen there, we're going to do something. We're going to go and look at the Galactic News Network right here. So, investigative missions, stuff like that. We got the headline generator. So let's roll on the headline generator. This is a D20. Let's see what we get. 16. And 16 is scientific expedition. Nice, scientific expedition. Now, after that, we do, I thought I saw something here that shows us how to do it. Like it says roll on this, roll on that. Step-by-step rolling example. Roll on list 1, the event type, we got that. Then roll on list 2, the location. And the location, let's roll on that, so that's a D20 also. 16 on the forest moon. Do we have a forest moon? I don't think so. The closest thing we got to a forest moon is actually Lunoveth. Yeah. Wow. So we will take that and forest moon, and we'll just say it is Lunoveth. Well, it says a forest moon, we'll do a forest planet, and that is Lunoveth. everything's pointing to Lunoveth. Nice. And after the location, we do the details, I think, right? Detail, yes. 13. And 13 says, devastates ecosystem. Oh. And what do we get from all of this? We get that a scientific expedition have discovered that let's see. Scientists have discovered that the crystal mining, devastated the ecosystem, and that made the hegemon, the government of that planet, go to shambles. The cause of the fall of Lunoveth government. So as Kade and D.O.G are making their way to Zephyroth to go to Orion Prime, this message comes up, and D.O.G just says, Kade, this is a message coming up on the Galactic Network. What was it? Galactic News Network, is it that it? Let's see. Yeah, the Galactic News Network. Let's do Galactic News Network. Just did. Scientists have discovered that the crystal mining was the cause of the fall of Lunoveth. So apparently, all this mining for this resource brought on the downfall of the whole planet. We'll say that did the mining cause a how shall we say, a resistance, a rebellion? Did the mining cause a rebellion? Because the government was the entity that was the ones exploiting the miners. And did the miners rise up? Was there a rebellion against the government of Lunoveth? So we're going to roll two of them, and we're going to say that it is a probably yes. If you believe the answer to the quiz has a high chance of resulting in a yes, then roll 2d6 and keep the lowest two of the dice. So let's see. Ooh, a 1. We get a 1, so we keep the lowest of them. We got 6 and a 1. We keep a 1, and the 1 says yes, and roll on the random event generator and roll on the verb and noun table. Okay, so random event generator, we got right here. So we're going to roll a 1d6, we get a 2. Opportunity, you stumble upon a valuable resource, ally, or advantageous situation. Describe what it is and how you can make the most of it. Okay, so there was a rebellion, and I'm going to say that the opportunity was for the miners to take control of the whole mining operation. Could take control. Okay, now we need to roll on the verb and noun table. So we grab our GME, this little excellent book document from Moses, Willona's Cave. Go check out his YouTube channel and go and get these. These are fantastic. And let's roll on the random events then. We got that and we got that. So, for the verb, we get a 2, and 2 says survey. And for the noun, 77, still a map. So, what I get from this, I'm going to say that the miners found out a way. The miners found out a way that they could use the crystals to make space travel faster. Because this space lane here from Lunoveth to Orion Prime will say that back in the day, Orion Prime was the second major planet in the sector. And so it was the biggest importer of these said crystals. And because it was more or less centered in the whole thing, it was a hub to basically get stuff around. And that's why in this space lane, the pirates set themselves up there to intercept and steal the crystals, to sell the crystals on the black market. But somehow, the miners found a way to use the crystal to make space travel faster, probably by jumping, maybe making up a wormhole at one end and the other. But they found that out, how should I say, accidentally. But somehow the government found out that the miners discovered that. But the government was actually in cahoots with the pirates. So that's why they were always going through this space lane and never going around. And they did not want that technology, that the miners found out about. They did not want that to come out to the public. Because what would happen is, like 30% or 40 or 50%, let's say 60% of the cargo that would go from Lunoveth to Orion Prime would be taken by the pirates and then sold on the black market. But the government of Lunoveth would also take a cut from that, from the selling of the black market crystals, and continue to, like the other 40% would go through and continue to sell it that way, and they would make a bigger profit on the black market stuff. And because of that, the rebellion came up on Lunoveth, miners against the government. And that's why this whole thing fell. And the scientists have discovered that because of all the mining, mining does do a lot of damage to an ecosystem. Like we can see it here in our own planet, and that started to destroy the ecosystem. And the miners, the way they found out, because they had found out that teleporting wormhole sort of thing, that would lead to the mining be less on the planet, and then not devastate, not destroy so much the planet. That's my interpretation of all this. So the miners found that they could take control of the whole situation if they could get this technology out, if they could get this thing out, and the government just pounced on them. There was a big rebellion, there was a big fight, and everything just went to shambles. But like, it was a long time ago. It was way back in the day, and there's no recorded history of all of that. Orion Prime at the time wasn't even called Orion Prime. It was called something else, which we do not know, but we will probably figure out as we go along. And I'm guessing that is the whole story. So, recap. Kade and D.O.G are going to Orion Prime through Zephyros, and they get a news flash where the scientists, where it says the scientists have discovered that the crystal mining from Lunoveth was the fall of the whole government due to a rebellion of the miners against the establishment, and which they wanted to overthrow to not devastate the rest of what was left of the planet. But let's say that is the whole story. But the scientists don't know that. The scientists only know that the crystal mining was what devastated the ecosystem, which then came to the fall of the government. Okay, that's it. We know the whole story though. We already know the whole story. That's the whole story. But they do not know. That was the only thing they got out of doing that scientific expedition to Lunoveth, was that the mining was the cause of the devastation of the ecosystem, which then brought on the fall of the whole industrial government sort of thing of Lunoveth. And so they're going that one. They're going to Zephyros, and Kade turns to D.O.G and says, "But what's that got to do with us? Do you think that this has to do with this crystal?" And D.O.G says, "Possibly. I think that it is very likely that this whole thing is about the crystal. Actually, Kade, it is quite funny that we were sent to Lunoveth to pick up something, and yet they did not tell us what." And Kade takes the crystal out of the spectral analyzer and looks at it and says, "Yeah, and they sent us to that compound, and the only thing that was in the compound was this. And now we get this message, we get this news flash from the Galactic Network. Okay, D.O.G, something's not right here. This is getting weirder and weirder." And they continue their way to Zephyros. And that's where I'm going to call it quits for today. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of the story. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I'm loving using this. Really good. I should have used more of Moses's fantasy in Shadow of Valor, but this, I'm loving it. So go and check out this. I'll leave a link in the description for this. I'll leave a link in the description for Tiny D6 also, for Tiny Frontiers. And I'll see you all on the next episode, okay? Have a great one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all for those that do comment. Thank you all for those that have subscribed. And oh yeah, don't forget you can also join my Facebook group and my Discord server, okay? So on the Discord server we can talk. You can, if you also do YouTube content, there's a section there for you to promote your own YouTube videos, so just drop a link down there. Yeah, join up and we can chat, okay? Have a great one. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye.